Hi, I'm Justin, and this is the Toronto Gamers board game review. Today I'll be reviewing Telestrations After Dark. Telestrations After Dark is a party game for 4 to 8 players based on the original Telestrations, where players must draw a word from a list. Pretty basic concept and popular in a lot of games. What sets Telestrations apart is that the game doesn't end there. After drawing your word, the player then passes their drawing to the second player, who, without knowing the original word, tries to guess what the first player drew. From there, the second player passes their guess to the third player, who then draws whatever it is the second player guessed that the first player drew. So, if you've ever played the kids' game Telephone, where you whisper something to a friend who whispers what they heard to another friend, and then you get to see how garbled the message becomes by the end, Telestrations is like that, but with illustrations. Telephone, illustrations. Telestrations! Portmanteau. So, Telestrations After Dark is the adult version of that game, which basically means that some of the cards also have naughty words on them, like doggy style, or orgasm, or accounting. As usual, we won't be speaking much to the rules, but check out the link below. Telestrations After Dark comes with 8 reusable sketchbooks, dry erase markers, cleaning cloths, a whole bunch of cards with drawing suggestions, and coasters? Yeah, this was an odd one. The original Telestrations does not come with coasters, but it does come with a die and a timer. So you can roll a die to see which word everyone draws, and so you can set a timer to see just how long they have to draw it. Telestrations After Dark does not come with a die or a timer, but does come with coasters. Because adults don't care about arbitrary time limits, but do care about rings on their brand new coffee table, Kevin. So yeah, coasters. The components are fine, and even the markers are decent, but watch out that those tiny little cleaning cloths actually get used, so you're not left with after images from markers setting too long in the page. And they are quite small and stick together, so watch out that they don't get lost. Usually in a review, I talk about theme, but Telestrations is almost more an activity than a game, so there's not a lot to talk about. The after dark or adult element is done well in that instead of only using adult words, they do give you a mix of regular and adult words. So you can't always default to guessing that your fellow players drew something intentionally or unintentionally risque. Gameplay is fairly straightforward. You get a word, you either write or write and draw that word, depending on whether you're playing with an even or odd number of players. You pass it along, and then guess whatever drawing has just been passed to you. Drawing skill doesn't matter, and the worse you draw, the funnier it may actually be in the end. Play continues until the books have made their way around the circle back to their original owner. Strictly speaking, you can roll a die to determine which word you draw, but unlike original Telestrations, After Dark doesn't include a die, so you can have someone pick a random number, or just pick whatever word you like. You can set a time limit with a timer if you have one, but you don't need to. After the sketchbooks have gone around, you can award points to favorite drawings and favorite guesses, and those people can tally up their points over 3 rounds, as there is space in the sketchbook to do this. Or you can not do this, not add points, and just enjoy the game for the fun activity it is, instead of worrying about winners or losers. Basically, you can house rule Telestrations a lot. The point of Telestrations After Dark, like with many party games, isn't necessarily to win or lose, but to have a fun time with your friends, and it definitely nails that. Once everyone starts revealing the journey their words took from platypus to whatever insanely detailed and complex sexual act 2 or 3 or more stick figures are doing by the end, it's often hilarious. While it always plays better with more players, allowing the words to have a longer, transformative journey, going through 8 players' sketchbooks every round can get a little lengthy, even if everyone's laughing and having a good time. Also, if you do have a number of friends who aren't really into games, but do love a certain infamously offensive card game, I find Telestrations After Dark a more interesting and creative way to scratch that particular itch. While arguably more activity than game, Telestrations After Dark is a fun party game to end your night on, and bonus, it's one that's really easy to break out with your non gamer friends.